I've been waiting on making this video because I actually don't know how to properly make this video, because I'm a very logical guy. I like to think of reasoned arguments for everything, you know? There is a logic and a sense in everything that happens in some way. And, there is a reason for why this box set is the way it is. Most of it, for me, is, well, miniatures that either aren't selling well or just GW wants to shove more Primaris down my throat. And I can understand that. I can understand GW trying to push their new shiny toy. I get that. I understand that GW at the end of the day has to make money and it's pushing all its new stuff, and, I understand. But here's the thing that makes me irrationally upset about this. And it's why it's taken me days just to try and think of a cohesive conversation to have with you all about this box set. And why, for me, it's wrong in almost every single way. First of all, what is Space Wolfy about these models? Yes, I can see one model, the dude with the axe, who at least looks remotely Space Wolf-like. But here's the problem. This box set is the Combat Patrol boxes, They're supposed to be not only a starting army, but they're supposed to represent what that chapter or army is, You're supposed to get that flavour in a nutshell. The miniatures inside should tell you exactly what the character of that army is, how it fights, and give you almost everything you need to understand what you're collecting in one box. Like, they've done that relatively well with the Deathwatch box. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a massive fan of Primaris, I never will, but I'm happy with this box set. Like, this box set does represent a Deathwatch force. It does. It's fine. This is a Deathwatch strike team that I could believe really works and really exists, and it's a great intro flavour for the army. And that is because the miniatures have so many details and character on them to tell you that they are Deathwatch Space Marines, that they're from different chapters, they have the insignia, that wonderful shiny silver pad on their shoulder, and they look the part and they feel the part. That's fine. But when you go to the Space Wolves, I mean, what character is there here? The Space Wolves, the Sons of Russ. The original models are so full of character and full of so many details that show they are Space Wolves that it just bursts off the model. You could not identify them as anything else but Space Wolves. Besides for the occasional wolf tail, which is from the upgrade box that I imagine comes with this, that's it. And it isn't just the fact that it's Primaris, it's the lack of thought in the choices of models, such as the Invicta Warsuit. First of all, I hate this thing. Why isn't there a Thunderwolf where this thing is? A pack of 3 Thunderwolves? Why are there no Grey Hunters? Why are there no Bloodclaws? Hell, some Fenrisian Wolves, like a pack of 5 or 10 Fenrisian Wolves would have given it so much more character than this thing. Why is there nothing here that represents the Space Wolves? The core of a Space Wolf army, I mean, it's not Primaris. Primaris are a relatively recent addition, and for God's sakes, they barely represent the character of the Space Wolf chapter as is. Their armour is too clean and sterile. There are no runes, there are no wolf tail emblems, there are no sigils, there is nothing on Primaris armour that lends it to that Space Wolf look. It looks too clean, too symmetrical, too... Like, I know the Space Wolves have Primaris, and yes, I know there are new Space Wolf chapters, quote unquote, because Belisarius Crawl can apparently fix that problem too, even though from what I understand, Belisarius Crawl hasn't fixed that problem, which means the whole Canis Helix thing should basically be causing lots of problems for any attempts to make future chapters. But none of these models, except for the ones that are bareheaded, which, that's Space Wolf upgrade kits, they don't look like Space Wolves. I could pick up this box set. Maybe I've stumbled onto what GW are doing. I could pick up this box set and basically slap it into any army that's Space Marines. There's nothing in this box set, except for that one character, that makes it remotely distinctive to be a Space Wolf starter box. This isn't the character of a Space Wolf army. When you have Space Wolves, you have the Bloodcorps, the hot-headed young recent recruits who, do awesome stuff, and basically they're angry teenagers, but then they become Grey Hunters, who are more seasoned veterans. They're supposed to be screaming Viking from the top of their lungs. That is what the Space Wolves are. They're berserker Vikings in space. And these? Like this, if this was an Iron Hand box set, I could at least sort of understand it. As much as I don't like the miniature, a mech would make slightly more sense. But, you can't even be bothered to have each of them have a chainsword, Like Grey Hunters. That was the thing. Space Wolves had this awesome thing that Grey Hunters could use chainswords and bolt pistols and bolters. Because of their... we're going a little back in time here, but it was because of a rule called True Grit, which essentially meant that Grey Hunters were really good at using their bolters as pistol grip weapons. Because they loved having the other hand free for a chainsword, because they loved getting into a fight. This army? This army's a stand back and shoot army. Except for the Reavers, I suppose. And whilst, yes, all Space Marine armies could be stand back and shoot armies, they are capable of it. Space Wolves are about close combat. Space Wolves are about getting in your face and stabbing you through the eye and laughing in your face as you do it. They're about taking trophies and about having a good old scrap. They are wolves, wolves fight in close combat. I have to ask, am I insane? I would genuinely love people to talk to me about this. When you see this box set, does this to you scream Space Wolf? Does this to you scream angry Vikings in space with tons of character, humour and heroism? Or is it just more Primaris? Leave a comment down below and let me know. I did plan originally on doing a very long rant and going into lots of minute detail on why this box set to me is wrong on so many levels, and frankly, why the original box set is a million times better, which I noted went out of stock before the Combat Patrol box went up and remains out of stock. Frankly, if you want to collect Space Wolves, this is a box set for you, and if you get 2 of them, you basically have a 1,000-point army. Bang, done. But, I suppose, I don't know. Maybe put a comment down below if you'd actually like me to go into minute detail as to why this is a bad box set. I'm sure the reason for this is because GW is trying to push these models and sell them, and, maybe these models are doing well, I guess. Primaris Marines are doing well anyway, because, everything has Primaris Marines these days. At this rate, I'm surprised the Orcs haven't got a Primaris Orc, or a Primaris Eldar, or some such thing. GW, you really need to stop pushing Primaris and give us some different stuff, because it's getting really boring. I'm sorry this is a bit of a downer, but I've genuinely not known how to talk about this, because it's bugged me to no end, and I've talked to a few people about this, and my responses were in agreement to meh. So I genuinely want to know what you think. Please, everyone, put a little comment down below. Let me know if you think I'm going crazy, or am I just, am I hitting this on the mark? Anyway, thank you all for watching. Take care, everyone.